Welcome to Walking Across the Earth in Minecraft, day number 94. It's either day number 94 or day number 93, I really don't know for sure. But I'm hoping that it's day number 94. Actually, it might be day number 93. Well, whatever frickin' day it is, we need to get this webcam fixed real quick because what the crap is going on here? I don't think so. It's a little bit better. Not really, what the heck? Oh, okay. Yeah, really great frame rate going on there. I don't know what all that was about. As you can tell, this is where we are. So, just about 1,485 kilometers from where we started. Yep, it's pretty much the ins and outs of that. So basically the duration of the last two episodes and probably the next episode and a half is going to be just getting across the entire diameter of this lake, which is one of the largest lakes in this northern hemisphere, which, believe it or not, is really the most not really well known area at all. When do you ever see anyone talking about like Yukon or anything past like 5 miles north of like New York City or something? You just have Toronto and then that's it. That's the end of civilization. You just don't really understand the full grasp or the entire like scale of what the whole thing is. Because every single depiction of like every world map is just essentially wrong. Like, you know, I have the basic Mercator map, and then you have all of the distortion into the top north, which is entirely wrong. But it is hilariously entertaining to the point where now you obviously know that Greenland is the size of Africa and whatnot. Everybody knows that. But no, in real life, it's really only about 1/100th of the size or something like that. But regardless of that fact, you just have absolutely nothing except you don't have anything up in this area. There's just effectively zero civilization. You know, they have the whole territory. It's called like Nunavut or something. Oh, that's right next to Northwestern. It's right next to this big old thing here. Do you know how many people have even cross this entire bay in real life? 0. No one. See this? None of it? Do you know how much land up here is habitable? None of it. The Vikings were onto something when they named this crap. Well, this thing's at the end of its life. What I really need to do is get myself some iron once more. And get settled on that. So I can get a iron sword. I just need to do that. Now we got a wonderland of snow coming up again. And a dead-end road. Even better. Oh wow, you've got to be actually kidding me. Yes, I'm digging straight down. I do not care. What the frick was that? Alright. Are we collecting... What are we... Hello? It was a complete rejection. You cannot do this. If you excuse me for just a single moment, I am making sure we do not completely crash and burn with this entire episode real quick. Thank you. That's all I needed to do. That's not correct. For frick's sake, just do things right for once in your life. I'm gonna need that cocaine. I'm gonna need you too. Yes, get rid of the sticks. It's always a great idea. Especially when I'm gonna need them in the next 5 minutes or something. Do they have, like, penguins in this game now? Like, I thought they did have penguins, actually. It would make total sense putting penguins in the North Pole here. Because I haven't seen any of them just walking around. I've only seen those big white, ugly things. Bundles of fluff. I really want to kill one of them, but they're so bloody scary. They're supposed to be like... They're supposed to be like igloos and snow villagers or whatever. If I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen none of that. Is this considered like snow biome? Wait, hold on, whoa, what is this? Oh, I thought right as I was saying I was gonna see one for the first time. Yes, the mod uses snow biome generation in order to demonstrate the terrain in this area being snowy. It's Minecraft's way of being realistic. And last time I checked, there's supposed to be those added features in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So I remember them being around for a very long time, like way before any new updates like 1.13 and 1.14 were even around. It was like, oh yeah, you got villagers and... No, that's not villagers. Oh yeah, you got igloos and all the what have you. You got new penguins and all that. I didn't see none of that, I just see the polar bears. Now, if it was an added level of realism, they actually don't spawn until you get to the South Pole, then I would have to give them a nice round of applause. Because holy frick, now that would be a little bit something else. But I'm not thinking that that's what it actually is, let's be real here. I just thought that this version, 1.1.12, was the one that had those new snow biome features. As I've made out a lot throughout this whole time, I do not understand this game whatsoever anymore, in terms of the new things that are inside of it. Minecraft was always one of those games that was centered around wanting the end result of playing the game and having this super well built up survival whatever the heck. You have like this giant base or whatever kind of crap you want, but you never wanted to actually put in the work to doing it because it always got boring upon realizing just the amount of crap that you need to do in order to get anything done. And they just keep amplifying it more and more as they add ridiculous amounts of just ununderstandable content into the game, which makes no freaking sense. Like, just be playing the game and then all of a sudden you have these giant black sky demon whatever things just fall out of the sky and attack your ass. Oh, that's because you don't get enough sleep. How am I supposed to know that? That makes no sense. What do I get out of it? Do I kill him? Like, do I get something? I don't really... Who the frick knows anymore? I'm just playing this game to make a world record, dude. I don't care. Got some more sugar cocaine on the left, or right. Fag's dyslexic brain. Apparently, cave generation in this game is also spot on with this mod. The one-to-one... Actually, it's not even called one-to-one Terra. I discussed the fact that I switched to the newest fork in the mod, which is called something else. It's like one-to-one something else. But it's essentially made by the same people. It's the exact same concept, just built in a better way to fit Minecraft better. And it has a one-to-one of every single aspect of the world generated on the basis of terrain and the roads and the navigation and geography and mountains and all that. And even oceans. And as far as the caves go, the underground subterranean generation, it's literally one-to-one scale to every known cartographed area of cave in the world, actually. If you were to dig down in the place where there's known to be a certain cave with a certain inside layout based off of what we've mapped of it, you'll actually find it generated into this in the exact way. So even caves, which is the question I was always asking about this mod, not understanding how the depth of the world works, because the first thing I did before starting the series when I was investigating this mod was digging straight down, of course, as far as you could possibly go, because obviously since birth you have a childhood curiosity just to see what's at the end of an endless thing. Like, this thing can't go forever. And I literally just dug straight down to, I guess in this would be equivalent to like negative 8,000 meters, which it doesn't go off like normal Minecraft coordinates, up and down coordinates, whatever the kids call it. It's just sea level. 0 would be sea level. So I started from like some point that was above sea level. Maybe it was about where we are equivalent, about 800 blocks above 0, and then dug straight down to minus 8,000 level, which for a fun fact is about the invert height of the tallest mountain, Mount Everest, or Everest. And this thing just didn't end. It was just straight down. I'm just like, teleport myself all the way back up and fall all the way back down the whole entire hole. And aside from normal default caves that generate anyways that aren't just based off of real life caves in the game, it just went straight down, falling for like 10 minutes until I finally hit the ground, which was pretty satisfying. But if you do more research, especially on this newest hard fork of this new mod, which is made by the same developers as an update, that it now replicates the undergrounds to the one-to-one extent. So you know how you read in your, if you're a 5th grader, you know how you read in your textbook how there's different layers. You have crust, you have mantle, and you have core. That's what this is, believe it or not. Not only does the entire Minecraft world have the capability of generating from 0 to 30 million blocks in either direction, with cubic chunks, which is the larger mod that this one-to-one Earth mod is built off of, is able to do is take that and make it go up and down as well. So it's not just 0 to void to 256. So it goes all the way down to 30 million. But not really, because it recreates Earth. So technically, if you were to dig all the way down, you'd eventually get past the crust. And I'm not sure if I read anything about the specific level it happens, but at a certain point, maybe like tens of thousands of blocks down, there's no more like stone. It's just all magma, lava. And just a bunch of lakes of lava. It just keeps getting more thick and dense until it's just nothing but a sea of lava. And that's supposed to represent the core, I guess. So that happens like hundreds of thousands of hundreds of, probably millions of meters down. So at like maybe a couple thousand kilometers, like for example the distance we've traveled in this entire series multiplied by like 3, you'd get to the center core. I don't know what happens after that though, because no one discussing this mod's inner workings was talking about that. I don't know if you just eventually reach China, but clearly not. This is just one big flat plane. I can only imagine that you'd eventually just get to a point where maybe it just generates like lava for all the way until negative 30 million. Which I couldn't imagine being like minus 30 million blocks down in a Minecraft world. I mean, obviously at the border of a Minecraft... What the heck? Okay. I say, obviously, at the edge of a Minecraft world, you have, the border. It's like this imaginary wall of... But I don't know if this game makes that happen here. I have no idea. If it would just be like, you traveling under there, you digging down. You couldn't dig, you'd have to just swim through the lava at that point, I guess. We might have to test that out. I don't know if I can TP. I can't tell. There's no cheats in this game. I'll make a new world someday, and I'll be like, TP negative 30 million. See what's going down. We teleport straight into the Nether. Now that would be the ultimate thing. If they could somehow like intertwine the Nether into the Minecraft world. But clearly that's not what this mod is attempting to achieve, so I don't think they have any plans on doing that. Looks like we have officially ran out of Wi-Fi. It's a good dang thing I'm not streaming right now, for frick's sake. I don't know if it's normal, like, I don't know what you experience with your Wi-Fi, but just continual, like, almost predictive cutouts of the connection, just like once every 30 minutes, almost procedurally. So yeah, it's great. Great thing. I love wasting 80 bucks a month on that. So yes, essentially, if you were to dig straight down into this world, you would not reach bedrock at 0. You would go past 0, assuming you didn't start at sea level. And you would go down and down and down. And then eventually, like in a very, very long time, like 50 miles equivalent, you'd start seeing like these pools of lava, and then they would get more and more dense as you get into the mantle, and then you get to the core eventually. And the core just goes straight down to, really, I only imagine like negative 30 million. Obviously, that's not real life scale of Earth, because that'd be like 30,000 kilometers. That'd be one thick planet right there. Earth the size of Saturn or something like that. Because in reality, a real micro world actually is that big, so. Okay, are we really doing this? Okay. What's going on here? Yes, thank you for finally working, you piece of absolute ass crap. I live in a city and there's like no Wi-Fi services here. Makes no absolute sense. No, you don't got Xfinity, you don't have AT&T, you don't have Verizon. None of it's available. You just got this freaking off-brand thrift shop quality connection services. Like this really back-end company. It's a big-ass city. It's like there's no freaking Wi-Fi services in this section of the city, like in this whole city. You go in the middle of the freaking farmland and desert. It's like, well, yeah, we're gonna have Wi-Fi companies here. This makes perfect sense. Well, we should be getting close to this Klon Lake at this point. We'll be passing only a couple hundred yards away from its beach or whatever they call the edge of a lake. I want to get back into the mountains so we could start seeing those pretty epic sights. We were there. It was looking really tasty. We got a pretty decent hill here. We don't seem to be really getting that much further up or down from like the level of 800 meters. That's how high we are right now. Just realized the whole time the elevation profile is hidden by my face cam. You have to just take my word on it. Yeah, I hope we're a little bit further than 10 kilometers at this point. Oh, there it is. Here's the big old lake. Oh, there's more of it. Got a couple direct messages referring to some of the weird stories I've shared on this channel throughout the many episodes, and lots of them were asking questions about specific encounters with, considering I've talked about some supernatural things that have happened to me. Which I don't think I'm abnormal when it comes to. I think like pretty much everyone has at least some kind of supernatural thing that's happened to them. Like these specific alien type of encounters I've had. And to be honest with you, to put it shortly, it's basically zero. I'm not some kind of, like, I'm not some ancient aliens person who has any kind of experience with that. But the few experiences I have that I have gone through that could in any way be maybe chalked up to potentially something supernatural like aliens or something like that, if you really wanted to think about it that way, are stories that I definitely need to share for another episode. But yeah. It's basically completely random, but yeah, I have to kind of get used to that around here. Yes, here we have this very large, majestic body of water. Just extends out forever. Very huge. It, of course, goes down to its real-life level of depth. Everything about this is just too scarily realistic. Except for the fact of, like, trees and buildings not being accurate, obviously. Honestly, considering that this mod pack has only been around for not even more than half of the time I've been doing this series. By the time this series is over, I can almost assure you, they very well might somehow come up with a technology to actually generate buildings in the world. And then it'll probably be at the very end, it'll be like, well, frick. We just went through this whole thing, we didn't get to see any of that. Now, where are we here? Well, we're right here. 14, not bad. It's 15. Right, so we're gonna end it off right there. At 1,502 kilometers along the Canada 1 highway, also known as Alaska Highway, which doesn't really add up, but okay. We are at 801 meters. Oh my gosh. Yep, and here is what it looks like in real life. I guess on a 10,000 render distance. Now, if you could just see Minecraft like that, I think I'd play this game for 5 hours an episode. Well, yes. Man, this thing doesn't look that big in real life. That's what I'm saying. Like, Minecraft really makes everything look so much bigger. Well, actually, it's the exact opposite. It makes everything look way smaller. Because that's what the game is meant for a way smaller scale. So when you try to make something like this, well, yeah, you get it. Alright, anyways, goodbye.